Dillinger Bar and Grill in Boulder City, Nevada is going to make you an offer you can't refuse, and that offer is right here on the table. It's the Dillinger Gauntlet. It's an enormous food challenge that if you finish the whole thing in 20 minutes or less, you score a free meal. Otherwise, you're going to be shelling out about 50 bucks. It's probably higher now, but the meal consists of a little bit of everything. It's one of the most varied food challenges that you're going to find out there today. You start off with a double brisket cheeseburger known as the Widowmaker, appropriately enough. I always notice people making jokes about these big cheeseburgers leading to heart attacks or heart disease. I don't think that's the case, at least not if you're just eating one burger. I figured since it was the most complex element in this challenge, it made sense to start with it, take it apart, and take it down. And accompanying that burger is a side of Asian coleslaw salad, which I found a bit refreshing. There's already onion rings on the burger, plenty of onions to go around. And after that, you get to tackle a number of sides. First off is regular French fries, which no burger is complete without regular French fries. And you get some sweet potato fries to vary it up. You get a cauldron of onion rings. Unfortunately, the camera angle doesn't really do justice. Those containers are deep, and there are food items all the way down and all the way up, stacked high. And then finally, if you can get through the burger and all the sides, the 4 sides, you get to treat yourself to a sweet, sweet dessert. That's bread pudding, topped with vanilla ice cream. I don't see a lot of challenges featuring bread pudding, so I thought this was pretty refreshing. Of course, as the years have gone on, they have changed this challenge somewhat. As I understand it today, if you were to walk in and order this challenge, you would probably get a giant cinnamon roll. Not as giant as some other cinnamon rolls that I've seen, but you definitely don't get the bread pudding, which I think is a shame because the bread pudding was pretty unique. The Dillinger Bar and Grill definitely has a dark speakeasy feel, as you can see behind me. There's pictures of mobsters and other figures of the underground. We're not too far from Las Vegas. Las Vegas was built by the mob way back when, so it's rather fitting that we have a tribute to them back there. This challenge was something else. When I had done my research prior to visiting the Dillinger, I was under the impression you got 30 minutes for this challenge. When I walked in and took a look at the menu, I saw I only had 20 minutes. So definitely there have been a lot of winners over the years, and as you'll discover, if you follow enough food challenges and food challengers, restaurants will often adjust things a little to their advantage if they notice that the challenge seems too easy, or if too many people are winning, too many people are scoring those free meals. And that's all that's on the line here. There's nothing but a free meal. At the time that I did it with tax, this was roughly a $50 meal, which is a pretty good price for all the food there. I was a bit nervous that I wasn't going to quite cut it. I kept looking at my watch from time to time to see where I was. I knew it was going to be a close one. I knew this was not a challenge that I was just going to knock out the park. And I was very happy to get to that bread pudding. It was going to be something that was going to sweeten my palate, freshen things up from all the salty food. It's good food, but more of it than I would have liked for such a short span of time. It's also not food that lends itself to swallowing easily. Lots of starch, lots of filling foods. I was hopeful that I would be able to use the ice cream to kind of force down that bread pudding. Kind of a sweet, sweet conclusion to a humongous challenge. Not humongous in general, but humongous for something that I needed to eat inside of 20 minutes. A lot of people were dining there and they would look over and watch. They were kind of amused. It's not every day apparently that somebody tries this challenge. There are quite a few people who have defeated this challenge over the years, including Heavy D, Magic Mitch, Reina, more recently Nathan Figueroa. So it's kind of a who's who on the victory wall. And the last few bites were merciful, and I was very happy with my roughly 18-minute finish. The harder part was getting a hold of somebody to make sure that they noticed I finished, which sometimes is a problem with restaurant challenges, getting the attention of people. And boom goes the dynamite. Another one for the wall. Would you try this one? Let me know.
I think I'm done. That was a lot of food.